What's up, friends? I've been a little MIA on YouTube recently, but I just heard Porter Robinson's Knock Yourself Out, and there are certain things that are going on in the song that I just had to talk about. We're looking at it from the perspective of a producer and songwriter, and I'm mainly just going to look at these specific portions and go a little bit in depth into what I really love about them. Okay, so just starting out the song, we hear a lot of things that are very signature Porter Robinson. Just in that one little lead melody, it comes off as so in his specific style. First off, we have a synth that is clearly taken from a video game sound font. We know that Porter Robinson loves to use sound fonts from video games. He loves to take synths from video games that he loves, and we're seeing it used right here. Right after, we have that da-da-da-da-da, which is very hip hop. You have that specific rhythm, the da-da-da-da-da. You normally hear it with a blowhorn, but here he's using it with a vocal, which is something that we've seen be really in his taste in general. The third thing we're seeing is actually a fairly technical music thing that's going on here. So this song is in F sharp major, and that melody is actually never hitting after that first chord, because that first chord reflects kind of an F major with a extension on the second, right? But after that, we're never indicating whether the chord is major or minor. So the next one is an E flat, but it's got a sus on 4. It's not hitting you're never getting just a standard triad after that in the melody. And that gives it this really melancholic feel. And that melancholic sound is so signature Porter Robinson.
I threw my phone into the sea. Simple human being.
Okay, looking at the lyrical content, this is also very Porter Robinson. We get these ideas of, this weird relationship with technology and a desire to experience more of nature, which is something we definitely saw on Nurture. And we've seen from interviews that he's very into hip hop, and especially ironic hip hop. And there's a lot going on here that's pointing in the direction of kind of ironic hip hop and emo hip hop. But he's singing it. He's not doing hip hop. He's dressed as if he's trying to do hip hop. He's kind of giving this vibe in the music video as if it's hip hop, but it's sung in this very Porter Robinson style. You still have that kind of chill, melancholic feel going on.
Everything you talk about, I'm in the mirror.
That line, that I'm everything you talk about, is so much reflective of kind of that cocky hip hop atmosphere, which again is going toward that side of him, that part of him that loves kind of that silly, ironic hip hop. Because, saying, hey, I'm everything you talk about is I'm the king, I'm so good. But he's kind of putting it in this more sympathetic, empathetic type of space by saying, I'm in the mirror, I'm you, kind of trying to put those ideals into it.
Got 100 million on my wrist, physically sick.
I love the back and forth in this whole verse. He's saying, I got 100 million on my wrist. I'm physically sick. That's just such a great line. And there's so many things like that. I'm crying at the airport. Hey, can I get a pic? This contrast of kind of fame with feeling sad. And he's kind of telling people, hey, I'm not someone you should envy, by giving that contrast. But he's still flexing on his fame, which is really setting up that kind of careful showing. It almost gives me a bit of a K-pop vibe, and here's why. Because it's so cheerful, but it's still reflecting what happens in the hip-hop industry. It's still taking a lot of influence from hip-hop, but going in a more cheerful direction. But it's Porter Robinson because you have that melancholy in the chord progressions where we're not getting your standard triads with chords. So it's super interesting. This bridge again is doing similar things that we saw in that second verse, where he's very influenced by this hip hop culture, by the things that are happening, by these kind of like flexing terms. And then as you look at him, you're like, he clearly doesn't have a face tattoo. Like, this isn't what's going on. He's not even like pretending to be driving like a Bugatti or anything, which is showing like, hey, even though he's influenced by it, he's putting it through his new lens. Like, he's taking that information and having it go through the Porter Robinson scope, which is so cool. Yeah, I just think the song is so fascinating. I think it's really catchy too. I listened to Cheerleader and I wasn't as excited about it, which is why I didn't do like a full little reaction. But listening to this song, I'm like, okay, now I kind of get the direction a little bit more. And I really like how the synth work functions on this song. I like the way they're using that really distorted, buzzy synth as kind of more of a background color rather than a super foreground thing. I think the way he's implementing these different styles and putting it through his lens and kind of maintaining more of that melancholy in this song really works for him. So yeah, excited to see what comes with the album. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. If you have, I'd really appreciate it if you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the song. Also, it'd be so cool if you checked out my music. I've got a new hip-hop album called Flows. It's kind of hip-hop through my lens as well. And if you like this, you might enjoy that. So give it a chance, maybe. Thanks so much. Catch you on the flip.
This life's been passing me by.